I had a chance to see Karti's latest film. I'm going to butcher this, pray for me. Meiyazhagan, also starring Arvind Swamy. If you're new to Pardesi Reviews, I do trailer reactions and film reviews of Indian cinema. So I was really intrigued by this movie, and I was so glad I was able to see it in the theater. It's the same director, C. Prem Kumar of 96. So I loved 96 so much. And I was just, this film, it has that same, where you have these two main characters, Karthi and Arvind Swamy, and it's a lot of just one-on-one conversation and really heartwarming sentiments, and I just had such a good feeling from this film. So I feel like it's not really gonna spoil it, but basically, Arvind Swamy is at this wedding. There's estrangement in the family. He hasn't been to see a lot of these relatives, but his uncle's daughter is getting married, and he calls her his sister. Like, there's such a touching moment when he gives her her wedding gift. But the main focus is not on the women's story in this. It's on the men. And you can see that he just feels like, okay, I'm just going to see the bride and I'm going to go. And the setup is that this relative shows him around, shows him where the bathroom is. He never catches the guy's name. The guy is treating him as a long lost cousin, as a relative, and there just is never this moment to say, I don't remember you. I don't know who you are. And things just get deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper. So I have been in those situations. I wonder if you have too, where in fact, there's some people that I've had seen for years and I've never been able to say, I don't remember your name. Like in our synagogue, there's people that know me and I can't remember their name. And it's just so awkward, and you can't, it's like you reach this point where beyond, and you just can't, right? You just can't ask anymore. And it's so super awkward. And then you avoid situations where you might have to introduce them to somebody else. It has happened to me multiple times. And so I've so felt for Arvind Swamy in this film, because he's like, I obviously made such an impression on this person. And I have a very large family too, with lots of cousins and similar kind of things, because I did the genealogy and did a lot of research into our family's background. And people know me because of that. So people had talked about me. Oh, Melanie did this, whatever. In fact, like I was just contacted last week by a long lost cousin who's going to start a YouTube channel. And I was like, how do I know this? Literally, right? Like, thank God for Facebook and being able to look up. Because you kind of like, what do I know this person from, right? So I love how it just has this simple concept, this simple conflict at the center of this whole movie. But it's about so much more, because Arvind Swamy, his family had to give up their home. We see that at the opening, because family dispute about money. And then he ends up moving to Chennai. And so coming back, to seeing these relatives that he hasn't seen for a very long time, being back in these rural areas, being back, going through the city where he grew up, all of this, it's bringing up so much emotions. And Arvind Swamy is such an incredible actor that we could just see all of this playing out for him. And I'm such an admirer of him as an actor. And this was just such a showcase, because it's just him and Karthi in so many scenes. And Karthi plays the kind of guy that is just like almost annoying, but is so incredibly sweet and kind. And you're just, oh gosh, it was such a great role for Karthi. Like, I loved seeing him in this part so much. Like, he was such a larger than life personality and Arvind Swamy's character is so reserved and in on himself, and it's like he blossoms as Karthi brings out. And when you finally hear towards the end of the film what the backstory was, what that connection is between the two of them from the past, just melts your heart. I mean, this is just a gem of a film. I'm so happy that I was able to see it in the theater. I think it'll be coming soon to streaming, because it's been out, I know, for a couple of weeks. But oh my gosh, I cannot. If it's still playing near you, please do catch it in theaters. Otherwise, mark this one as one to see. And it's also about, losing some of that traditional Tamil culture. And I think part of it is the name itself. It has that ZH is the way they make, and I know I'm not pronouncing it right, but that L sound, that is so integral to more old-fashioned Tamil names. So, yeah, I think there was layers that me as an outsider couldn't completely get. I watched Bharadwaj Rangan's review of it, and he was bringing out some of those points about what this director is showing us through this family visit to a wedding, and what is being lost, that makes Tamil culture special. So, and I'm sure I wasn't getting all of that, but I'm really curious how if you've seen this film, if you reacted to the nostalgia and those points of the film. I did feel like some of the stuff was repetitive, and I wish that we had a little bit more we had so much about the men's, and we had this whole thing into Jalakutti, and that Karti's character was raising this bull that loved to participate in the festivals, and there's this whole we had all of this time that we spent on that, and yet I don't really know what's the story of these women. How that Arvind Swamy's character was so closed in on himself, have such a fantastic wife. How did that happen? I didn't get any backstory on how that happened. They had a beautiful daughter who made it, very important connection at the end of the film. How did Karti's character get together with his wife? The women were just kind of there to move some scenes along, but I didn't really learn that much more about them. And so I with a film that's almost 3 hours, that's my only quibble, is I wished I had learned more about their stories and how that impacted and shaped the men that we were spending so much time with in the story. Anyway, absolutely love this movie though, and I'm just quibbling. This director, Prem Kumar, I cannot wait to see what he does next, but I'm really pleased at the actors that he got involved in this film. It's another really special gem from this director. All right. Let me know if you had a chance to see this film. Let me know what you thought in the comments below. Follow me on X at Pardesi YT, or at Instagram, Threads, and Blue Sky at Pardesi Reviews. Please do like this video, and if you hit the bell and subscribe, you'll never miss another trailer action or film review.